goes. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the first carry from LaShawn McCoy. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down is Locke. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Locke. His throw incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how long can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. He's going to wind up and air it out. He's got a man, complete. Certainly not what this offense wants to see. Andrew Luck down and appears to be in some pain. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Roethlisberger going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. Heck of a move, and then brought down near the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. And it's 3rd down.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable for Lockett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over first and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. This complete to Lockett. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll give it to Mixon. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On second and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Play action. It's Locke. Out to his left. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Andrew Luck, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. And this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hot.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out.
Detroit. Detroit. Alert. Alert. Hot. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard. Gun. 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 Gun.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing is Luck. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that's McCoy, who is still down following the play. Appears shaken up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you have people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble.
Here's Luck. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're going to go. It's Locke. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The Jaguars getting set to go. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
No. Check. Patriot!
Looking to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Past the 20. Well, they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Leopard! Gun!
Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kalen Balaj, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
caused all of it.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Locke. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Alert. 12.
On second down, here's Luck. Flush to his right. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He's to the 10, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Texans are in for 6.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. And the Titans dominant. They have added to their totals in that one. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
The good old toss play. And this time they go to the left side, so give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Center, guard, tackle, able to seal that side. But the guy that we don't give enough credit to, wide receivers. They have to do a great job of blocking downfield. Otherwise, that play can be spilled in the backfield. In this case, everyone handled their responsibilities, and they picked up really nice yardage.
Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught at the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Toss play to Balaj. That good for 19 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. They'll try and sneak it here, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. It's their quarterback, scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And now out comes Houston.
And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On first down, Luck. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Back to the air, Luck on second down. Incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Luck now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's first and 10 here. Here's Luck. Room to run past midfield, and he slides to avoid the hit. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On first down, it's Luck. Airing it out deep for Woods. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Robert Woods in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have broken the tie. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll throw now on the final play. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Finding some room at midfield. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And got his man complete. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You say you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? Already have what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Luck now to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Luck on 1st down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's Luck now on second down. Looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big third down play there for the Jags. 49 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Gun!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Lucky 56. Detroit!
Now Balaj. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Jaguars on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. He'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Hoping for a 4th down stop. Instead, they flinch and move the chains.
Flinch, jump, not watching the ball, all the sins that you're not supposed to commit, they come into play there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run it with Polodadon. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for 1 more stop. Polodadon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs. Keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
You're right.
Room here to run. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
First play of the drive. Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We're down. Whoa.
And the blitz does come. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken. Whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 18. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. This is caught. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback.